she was just 17. Hi, Nick here. In this video I'm going to show you how I play the Beatles' I Saw Her Standing There. It's not going to be a note-for-note version straight from the Beatles, but it's a good version for you to play if you're the only guitarist in the band. Right, what we're going to do through the tutorial. We'll start with a little riff that appears quite a few times throughout the song. Then we'll do the intro. Then we'll do verse 1. Then I'm going to spend a couple of minutes showing you how to get the rhythm and the feel. I've had a few inquiries about how we actually do that, so I'm going to spend a couple of minutes doing that. Then I'll show you how we move from verse 2 into the chorus. We'll do the chorus, and then finally we'll do the outro. Throughout the video we're going to have chord shapes appearing down the bottom right hand corner. Going to have tab up here for you to go along with. At the end of the video there's a few links. There's one to a chords and lyrics sheet playing over the top of a cover, so you can practice playing and even singing along if you're that keen. There's also a link to more tutorials in the series there. And the best way to get anything nailed really is to play along, so I'd encourage you to go to the chords and lyrics sheet. Okay, right, so we'll get piled straight in. Right, let's take a look at that riff that appears throughout the song. It goes like this. Okay, for the uninitiated on the tabs, a P means pull off. So that's where you start on a note and then you pull your finger off to get the second note. And an H means hammer on, which means you start on one note and you hammer on to another. Okay, so this little riff, we start with your middle and your ring fingers on 2 and 3 of strings 2 and 3, and you do a slide up a fret. And then when you finish the slide, you pick the top E. And then we do 2, pull off to naught, 2, pull off and hammer on. Okay, shall we try that up to speed? Straight up to speed with a bit of counting, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, right. That comes quite a few times through the song and quite a few times through the intro, so let's look straight into the intro now. Intro is going to go like this. Okay, so it's quite repetitive. We're going to start with your first finger on second fret of the 4th string, and we're going to put the middle and your ring fingers like so. And we're going to go pluck the D string, then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do that little riff. And we start the whole thing again. And this time we just do a couple of little slides. And then we do the same again. Okay. And then you'll see that we've got the first 3 words of the first verse. So we're actually, right the way throughout this song, they're starting the words actually on the final beat of the bar before, as it were. So here, although I'm looking at the intro, you're going to get the first little patch of words from the first verse. Okay, shall we try this up to speed? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, she was. Okay, you might want to go back and rerun that a few times, but now we're going to move on to the verse. So verse 1, E7th. We're going to play E7th like that. It's one of my favourite ways of playing E7th. If you're not familiar with it, you might know C7th down there. And we just move it up so your index finger's on fret 5. Okay, great sounding chord. So the verse is going to go like this. She was just 17. What I mean. So let's look at that little motif that we've got running there. It goes. Okay, so you're holding your E chord like that. Well, she was just 17. Okay, 7, 5. The way that the rhythm runs throughout this is by picking out the bass note first. So she was just 17. You know what I mean. The way she looked was way beyond compare. So you can see on the A and B we're using an F shape. So B7th, we're going to be up here on with your index finger across fret 7, and then we do a little run down. So B, A, G sharp, F sharp 7, down to E. I couldn't dance with another. Tend to pick those notes on C. Then I saw her standing there. Then that riff. Okay, before we go through that, let's see if we can work out how to do this this rhythm. We do the rhythm by what I'd call pumping. Okay, let's look at what I mean by pumping the rhythm. As I say, I've had a few queries about this. And what you're really doing is you're tightening and loosening your grip with your left hand like this. The rhythm we're trying to get in this is basically you're going to pluck the bottom string first, the bass string, and then we go. And you see the way the hand tightens then? So we're going to go. Let it ring on the last one. Now, I'm not expecting you to pluck, we're going to be using a plectrum. So you can see this hand, your right hand, keeps on going up and down, but your left hand maintains that rhythm. So what we're actually doing there is whilst this is going up and down, you're going to be gripping on the first down, the second up, the third up, and the fourth up, whilst your right hand just keeps on going up and down. Okay, let's see how that goes. So we're going to pluck the bass string first. Okay. Okay, let's keep that rhythm going. Let's try that together a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you keep that sense. You might not do it exactly the same every time, but that's how we impart the rhythm. You've got half the stuff is deadened strings and half it is ringing, and so you want to be pumping through on those grippy bits, as I would call them. So let's just play a couple of chords. So we'll start the verse. 1, 2, 3. Well, she was just 17. Ooh, I mean. Okay, right, let's move on and do the rest of it. Right, let's do that together. Remember, I'm going to start singing the words on the 4th beat of the counting. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Well, she was just 17. know what I mean, and the way she looks way beyond compare. I couldn't dance with another when I saw her stand. Well, she looked at me. Oh, I could see that before too long I'd fall in love with her. I wouldn't dance with another when I saw her stand. Now this time we don't do the little riff, we're going to do a little climb up instead. So, and the climb up is just on the bass, your bottom E string, 0, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's going to go so stand. Okay, we'll try that together from Sora standing there. 1, 2, 3, well I saw her stand. Well my, as ever, well my is the start of the chorus, but you sing it on the end of verse 2. Right, let's have a look at the chorus. Chorus is going to go, well my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in mine. Well, we danced. Okay, so we've got a nice little bit of rhythm going here. So from heart, we're going to be going on the A string, 0, 0, 3, 4, 2 onto the D string. So it's do, 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 do. I remember when I first played this, trying to go back to 3, 4 on the way down was really difficult. I wanted to go the other way round, but this is actually note for note what the Beatles play. Okay, so let's see if we can play along with that. 1, 2, 3. Well, my heart went when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in mine. So what we do on mine is this B, but we're going to play for the first bar, we're just going to palm. So that's your palm onto the bridge there, and just really play your A string. Okay, and just slide him down to an A7th. Then a nice little bit I like, which is you slide in, you put your middle finger on 2nd string fret 6, and your ring finger on 7 of your G, and you slide up, we're going to slide that up 2 frets. So it goes, it's great, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's try that from the B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's your chorus. Let's try the chorus up to speed. 1, 2, 3. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in mine. Well, we danced through the night. Alrighty. Verse 3, you play that the same as verse 1. There's an instrumental. Not going to cover the instrumental in this tutorial. We do another chorus. Then verse 4 is a standard verse with a little riff at the end of it. And basically we repeat the last line 3 times. First 2 times we're going to have the riff, and then the second time we're going to throw a nice E9th right at the end. So let me show you what it sounds like first. So it goes, I saw her standing there, I saw her standing there, I saw her standing there. Wow. So E9th. Great little chord. People find it a bit tricky to play. So we want a ring finger on those three, index finger on that fella there, and then your middle finger on these two. And the trick is to make all the strings ring. And that little beat at the end there is, so it's saw her standing there. And if you've got a whammy, whammy it. Okay, so let's just try the last verse up to speed all together. So, well we, 1, 2, 3, well we dance through the night, held each other tight, before too long I fell in love. And then it comes to the river. When I saw her standing there, when I saw her standing there, well I saw her standing there. Right, well I hope you got all that. Don't forget, there's some links coming up now. There's one to the chords and lyrics video, which is a great way to nail the song. If you play along with it, with the song up to speed, you'll soon get the hang of it. There's also links to more tutorials in the series. So, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.